Back with helping Heather. Today I'm using what I have on hand to make some egg bites for work. So I purchased this egg white powder. I did that to make some keto flour, which is high fiber, and it's from, oh, I forgot the lady's name. She has epilepsy, and so she has different keto recipes and keto flours that she does. Once I figure out her name, I'll put it in. She's got some good recipes, and the keto flours are really good. But I've had this for several years, so I figured I'll use it up since I only had 4 eggs today, like whole eggs, and I didn't want to go to the store quite yet, and I wanted to have breakfast. So I've got my frying pan going. I have my oven preheated to 350. I've got my muffin tin with about half a teaspoon in each tube. I've measured out what I have in here is about 10 tablespoons of this egg white powder. That's 5 egg whites. And I'm going to add 20 tablespoons of water. I've measured out here. And mix it up. And then I have chopped up last 3 mushrooms in my fridge. If it's a fridge clean out, and then some red onion. Onion's got higher carbs, so it'd be nice to spread it out. So this egg white powder takes a bit to turn them into egg whites, but it does. Like I've made pavlovas and angel food cakes out of this. It's just dehydrated egg whites. Some people use it as a protein powder, but I have not. Just 1 teaspoon of oil in there. I guess salt and pepper. My chopped up mushrooms and onions. If you followed me and watched any other videos, I do have my sausage bin that's here, and I think I'll chop up maybe 7 sausages. We'll see how much that is. And I'm going to add them to my frying pan, give them a little bit of a crisp up. Just makes the egg bites taste so much better when things are crisped up. I have kale to add in as well from my freezer. If you were with me on the freezer organization, I found a big bag of kale. Maybe it was in there. Those big bags of raw kale that you buy at the store, you can have a little go through them all. So rather than having them like expire in my fridge and go bad, I put the half or more of it into the freezer. And the reason I have the kale is for a specific smoothie from Rhonda Patrick that she shared as her favorite smoothie. So I just have 1 egg because I gave my husband the rest. And that's fine. I just added the sausage in there. I don't want to over salt anything. Just give it a quick little fry. I'm going to have to also pick up some cheese. We'll see. Here's a bit of marble, and I have a bit of brie. I probably share this across a few of them. To give a nice little creamy hit. I'll just chop it up into little pieces. Is that ready? Here's my egg white with the one egg in there. It's a bit foamy, that's fine. I need to salt it. Oh, what was that? Cottage cheese I found. I was going to add that in there, but it's too salty. Can't quite do it. This is adding nice flavor. Good caramelization. And then take some of this kale. Pretty good in there. My organized there. So this is going to be the breakfast. Garlic is too strong. Paste a little bit. I already have actual red onion there, so I'm not going to add any onion powder. It has quite a bit of carbs if you actually look it up, so I want to try and limit that. And so I'm just going to do a little hunk of cheese like that. It's really just to be on the top of each egg bite. That's it. Now, I'm hopeful I can get 12 of them, but if I don't, that's fine. Any of the extra oil I stuck in the tin, I'll put a little bit of water in those so it doesn't burn and smoke up my house, but and bake them at 350 for about 15, 20 minutes. Check them. Okay. The kale's wilted, other things are brown. Everything is kind of getting cooked again, so that's good. I'm going to use some foods and start putting this deliciousness in my muffin tin. Trying to do like 2-3 lots of pieces per day. See how far we make it. I do have more sausages I can add. I also have bacon, but trying to save that for the second half of the week so that I can have something good to do. Well, this is good reach. All of them up. And so that's good. Maybe a little bit more in each. That one needs some more. Okay. You've probably seen people make egg bites before. Sometimes they appeal, sometimes they don't. Sometimes if I find that they're not appealing to me kind of throughout the week, then what I do is throw them in the freezer. And then label them as keto so that I can get them out and use them later. So I just have a few pieces of this brie. And so I'm just going to put, before I put the egg whites in there, maybe a creamy bite in each one, possibly. We shall see. Oh, yeah, pretty much. Creamy. There's one for each. That looked out. Okay, now, the reason I use this is because it pours nicely. Pour some in each muffin tin. It's going to be hard to measure and log this in my MyFitnessPal, but depending upon how many you eat, it might hit your protein goal for the day. Probably do 3 per day. Oh yeah, this is going to be plenty. This is 10 egg whites and 1 egg. I didn't think it was going to reach that far, but it did. Look at that. Going back a second one. It's a bit foamy, so the texture might be a little different. Who knows? We'll see when we take it out. So that's done, and now I just have to do my little bit of cheese on the top, and then I'll pop them in the oven. Put a timer for 15 minutes and see how they turn out. I suppose I should have this for breakfast today too, since I'm making them today. It's like I have more eggs to go and eat today. Oh, this cheese didn't quite make it, but with that, I'm not too worried about it. With that creamy brie, the sausage, it should. Oh, there's a little bit extra here. Can scooch it around. Yeah, done. Okay, into the oven. 350. Alexa, set a 15-minute timer today.
15-minute timer started for you.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to put you on pause and we'll see what these look like when they're done. The alarm just went. Let's check on my egg bites. I was buffering there for a minute. Let's see here. I guess I didn't show you before I put them in. Those look perfect. They're all the way cooked. If there was more egg yolk involved, then probably need a little longer in the oven, but with the egg whites, they cook up a lot quicker. So they're done after 15 minutes. So that's a really good recipe and really good timing, and I'm gonna let them cool, take a couple out with some spoons for like a metal spoon just to go around the edge and pull it out. The only problem with egg bites I find is sometimes getting them out of the pan leaves a big mess and you have a lot of scraping to do. So we shall see. That's why I don't like to do them very often. And I've tried to use those silicone muffin liners and paper. None of them really work. So I might get a silicone muffin pan for this if this one doesn't work. So my hope was that adding the oil to the bottom and all of that would work to help release the egg bites, because that's the reason I don't like making these. But yeah, we'll see. So anyway, that is my muffin egg bite recipe. Let's try. Maybe because there's more egg whites in here, they'll be easier to get out and less of a problem. Well, getting this one out is leaving a little bit around the outside. So I just take, I don't know if you can see, I use this spoon to go around. Remember, this is hot. And kind of tuck under. Yeah, it's left a little bit in the pan, but I'll just use the spoon to scoop it out. Try one more, and then I'm going to wait, let it cool, and see if there's a difference. This one seems to be coming out a little bit better. Well, still a little bit on the bottom. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'm going to have 3 of those. Actually, let me just try one sec. Okay, there's 1, 2. I don't know, let's go for this one in the middle. Kind of easy to get out, but there's some to be left. I'll just scrape it. If it didn't have onion in it, I'd probably give it to the dog. You can't have that. So anyway, let's give this a taste. Delicious. There's a bite with some good sausage on there. How can this be bad? Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The texture and flavor. Doesn't need any more salt, to my taste. Mostly egg, a little bit of sausage. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More fresh kale in that bite. Tastes good. I could put more salt and pepper on there, depending, but well, that's good. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now and have a cup of tea and upload this video so that everybody can make egg bites. This is keto, but egg whites are not necessarily my preferred source of protein when doing keto because it's more protein than it is fat. And there's an insulin index as well as a glucose index. And lean protein makes you output more insulin than fatty protein. And when you're putting it on insulin, it stops ketone production. So it's a new thing other than there's two things that can bring up insulin, right? So carbohydrates or sugars, and then lean protein. This is the other reason I don't usually lean into whey-based protein powders, because whey is another lean protein that can stop insulin or shoot out insulin. It doesn't necessarily raise your blood sugar. Sometimes it does for me because too much protein in one setting will raise my blood sugar because my body likes to get into gluconeogenesis. Everyone is different. So yeah, so I mean, I'll enjoy these. There's sausage in there and some cheese for the extra fat. And I did put half a teaspoon of olive oil in each one. And I'll do that for this week because I'm doing a pantry clean out. But then after that, I want to lean into more whole eggs and fattier meats. Chicken breast is another lean meat that's not something that can turn off insulin. So you want to stuff it with cheesy things or cook it in some fat or eat alongside a fatty, maybe cream spinach or something so that you can blunt that insulin effect. So, but everybody's different. And so you have to see how you react. So if you're eating a lean protein, having a protein shake in the morning and you're wondering how come you're not producing ketones once you get into ketosis, that's your reason why. Insulin's a bit too high after having the lean protein. So have to scale back on the lean protein, up the fat a little bit, and see how that does. Anyway, you take care, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. Bye.